Okay, so fine. I believe my screen is visible to all of you. Yeah, so we can start. So, like I said, guys, that today we will be talking about chapter number 3, basically, which is retrieval augmented generation, and that too by using a latest approach. So, till last week, I was thinking of discussing this entire RAG things in a conventional manner, basically, as per the topic which is mentioned over here inside this chapter. But surprisingly, Google have released one very amazing model for achieving this RAG things with respect to a text, with respect to a image, with respect to a audio, with respect to a video. And I believe this is one of the best model which is available in a market for RAG and which was released on 10th of March. So just 4 days back, they have released it. So I thought of discussing about this topic with respect to a new approach that comes with this Google model, by the way. So first of all, let's try to understand that what this new model is and how it is going to change the way we were doing our RAG. Because when we talk about RAG, right, so obviously, let's say I have a PDF document. Let's just talk about a PDF document only, right? So in case of PDF document, inside a PDF, if we have a table, if we have a images, if we have a text, so there was a lot of issue we used to face with respect to this image parsing or a table parsing or even with respect to a paragraph. So it hallucinate a lot. And eventually we try to do we try to implement a checking strategy over there. We try to even do a re-ranking strategy over there. But again, so you have to have work a lot. You have to tune a model, or you have to basically tune your entire system a lot. Then only we were able to basically achieve a good result with respect to a RAG, and that's a real problem, right? That's a real problem that we all have faced while building a RAG system. And obviously, so we were using a different kind of a model from a different provider. So I'm getting two voices. Is it? No? Okay. So maybe you have joined to two system. Maybe you can check. So everything looks good. Okay, fine. So here, this is a new model, Gemini Embedding 2, the latest one, which was released on March 10th. So just 4 days back. And the beauty of this model, if you will go and read out over here, right, so you will be able to find out that how much beautiful this particular model is. So it supports a text, it supports images, it supports a video, it supports audio, it supports a document. So here, text wise, so support an expensive context up to 8192 input token. Image wise, so capable of processing up to 6 images per request, supporting a PNG and JPEG format. Video wise, supports 1/22 of a video input in MP4 and MOV format. Audio wise, so natively ingest and embeds audio data without needing intermediate text transcription. Amazing part, right? So we don't even need a text transcription, and with that we will be able to do a RAG on top of audio. So I can talk to my audio, I can talk to my video, I can talk to my images, I can talk to my text, I can talk to my document, and this was not possible. So in a conventional manner, if I'll talk about RAG approach, those who are not aware about it, so generally what we used to do, so whenever we try to build a RAG system, so we try to take a data, we try to break it down into a small chunk. So let's suppose I have a document, so maybe document wise a PDF or maybe a Word document or maybe some sort of a TXT file. So let's say if we have a different kind of a document with me, right? So let's say I have a PDF, or maybe I have a Word document, or maybe I have a .txt file or something like that. So eventually, as a part of RAG approach, so we try to basically parse all of these documents. Technically, we try to read a data. So let's say inside a PDF, we have paragraphs, we have tables, we have maybe some sort of a mathematical formula, we have some sort of a images. So technically, we try to parse all of these documents a step-by-step manner. We try to do maybe checking over there after parsing. So first of all, parsing data. So whatever data is available inside all of these like a document, so we try to read it out, and then after parsing this data, so we try to perform a checking, and then after doing a checking, so we try to convert those chunks into a embeddings. And once we used to do a embedding, so then we try to store this into vector DB, basically vector database. Any vector database, maybe FASI, Pinecone, Quadrant, Baviate, or maybe a Postgres vector database, or even MongoDB supporting a vector DB or vector storage nowadays. So we try to store those document, or we try to store all of those embeddings into our vector storage. And along with that, so obviously we try to attach a meta information, because meta information always try to help you out in terms of doing a better search. So meta information wise, if I'll talk about a PDF, so we try to mention maybe a PDF name, we try to mention a page number over there, we try to mention even a topics over there. That is something that we as a human used to define that, okay, this will go as a meta information, and whenever we are doing a search, so we try to include even a meta information in terms of a search. As simple as that. And then, so once we'll be able to store a DB, store everything over here in terms of embeddings and meta information, then we can try to basically build maybe agentic system on top of it, or maybe we try to build a chat bot, maybe we try to build some sort of a automation on top of it, by which, so whatever query we are going to pass, or whatever like a question we are going to ask, so it is eventually going to convert my question. So this is basically a storage flow, right? And then when we try to test this system, when we try to deploy this system, so obviously I will be having a question. So eventually we try to convert those questions into embeddings, and then we try to basically search this embedding, or we try to basically check this embeddings with a vector DB, right? Now vector DB is going to give me some sort of a response. So whatever response it is going to give me, so we try to send this particular response into LLMs, so that it will be able to rephrase my entire responses. And then finally we try to take an action. Action means, so either in a chat we'll be able to get some sort of output, or maybe whatever automation that we have written, or whatever agentic approach that we have written, so that agentic approach is going to basically use this as an output, right? This is going to give me output. Now that is a RAG approach in general we try to talk about, right? And inside like around this, so obviously everything will come into picture. Now, so whenever it try to give me a response, so even sometime or most of the time with the legacy approach, I would say, so we try to even do a re-ranking over there. So Kohara re-ranking kind of a things, kind of a approach we try to apply, and so that whatever response that I have received, a top K response that I have received, so obviously I can try to rearrange it with respect to the question, with respect to the like a query which has been asked, or which has been like a given to the system. And after re-ranking, so again we try to send these things to a LLM. So sometime we try to apply a re-ranking, sometime we avoid it if our system is giving us a good result, because at the end of the day we are looking for a good result. So re-ranking is not a mandatory approach, but yeah, so let's say if my system is failing, if it is not able to give me a proper answer, obviously I'll go ahead with the re-ranking. But again, there was a major problem with respect to embedding itself, right? Because the whole concept of RAG that we are talking about, the whole concept of retrieval augmented generation approach that we are talking about, so all of these things depends upon a model which is trying to do a embeddings. If it is able to do a embedding in a way where everything or every information which is available inside my files or inside my images or in any of this input that we are trying to give, if it is able to understand it properly, if it has been trained on all of those data which can understand my content, and eventually it will be able to convert everything into a proper embeddings, then only this semantic search or similarities that we try to do, so is going to give me a good result. If embeddings are not good, right? If embedding models are bad, then entire system goes for a toss. Doesn't matter what kind of a fine tuning or what kind of a revision you are going to do with respect to your approach or your coding, it is not going to work. So we need a very, very good model over there. If model is not at all good, your entire system will break and you will not be able to get a proper output. And that was an actual problem with all the models which was available so far. And this is where the new model, right, the Gemini Embedding 2 model that we are talking about, a Gemini Embedding 2 preview model, technically that's the name of this particular model. So this came into a picture, and this is trying to solve a very, very big problem, which is a real problem inside any of this RAG system. So I believe most of us are aware about this RAG approach, right everyone? Yes? Most of us are aware about RAG system. So I believe whoever has joined this particular batch, I'm assuming that all of us are aware about RAG system, and most of us are even aware about problems, right? We all have built those RAG kind of a system in a previous different classes, and we all are aware about the problems, and this is a real problem. So today what we'll do, so today we'll try to test this particular model, a new model which has been released by Google, Gemini Embedding preview model basically, and we'll try to see that whether this model is able to solve my problem or not. And I'm assuming that yes, because I was going through some of these social media posts as well, so where people have actually tried this model, because I was very curious about that. So when I got to know about this particular model on I think 2 or 3 days back, right? So I was just checking that what is people's sentiment, what people are talking about it. And I found out that, yeah, so this model is literally solving a problem, and people are able to find a solution. People are literally appreciating this particular model. And maybe in our today's class, so we'll try to test this particular model. We'll try to see that whether this model is going to work or not. Yes, so shall we go ahead and test this model, guys? And if it is not going to hallucinate, if it is going to work without even doing a re-ranking approach, so maybe going forward in all the RAG system that we are going to design, so we can simply try to adopt this particular model, because at the end of the day, like I said, for RAG, your model matters a lot more than approach. I mean, like, approach is going to be same, right? Approach is not going to be very different. But yeah, so if my model itself is not good, then obviously you will not be able to build a system which you are looking for. So let's go ahead and let's try to understand. Again, if you will look into its benchmarking, so Gemini Embedding 2 model, right? So text to text, text to image, image to text, text to document, text to video, speech to text. So everywhere you will be able to find out that it is performing better than the previous model, right? And if I'll talk about a Gemini Embedding 1 model, basically, so text to image, not available. Image to text capability, not available. Text to document capability, not available. Text to video capability, not available. Speech to text capability, not available. That was a major problem, because previously, so what we were doing, so let's say if I have some sort of a image data, some sort of a video data, some sort of a audio data, so yes, model was there, right? I'm not saying that model was not there for that particular specific task, but in one single model, this capability was not available, right? So there was a different kind of a model, as you can see. So even over here, so multi-model embedding was there, Amazon Nova 2 was there, and Vogue model is there. So all of these models was there, but yeah, so if you will just check its capability, so I believe it has done a lot of improvement. I mean, like a lot of a jump you will be able to find out in each and every, right? In each and every matrices over here. So this is basically a real things to deal with, basically. Now, so it supports at the same point of a time, it supports 100+ languages as well. So if you have basically maybe a document in a different languages, including almost all the Indian languages, you will be able to find out, and all the global popular languages, French, Spanish, everything you will be able to find out over here inside this particular model. So now, even if my data is available in a different languages, I don't have to worry about it. It's completely fine. I will be able to use one single model for all kind of languages, one single model for image, text, audio, and video. Yes, there is some limitation that they have given over here, that whenever you are trying to, deal with the video, so always try to keep a video with a length 120 seconds. So maybe if I have a very huge video, so in that case, maybe I can try to create a chunks of those videos, and then maybe I can try to use it for the processing. As of now, that's a limitation. Maybe going forward in their upcoming updates, they are going to increase this particular limit. But again, 120 second sounds fair to me. And yes, I can break down, because 120 second means 2 minutes of video, right? So I will be able to even break down my hours of videos into a 2 minute of videos, and then I will be able to process it and I will be able to talk to it. So for example, let's say I used to do a recordings and I used to take the classes 2 hour long, 3 hour long sometime. So basically we can break down those videos and then you can just chat with the videos and you can say that where this topic has been discussed, and yeah, it will be able to pull the video directly, right? It will be able to pull the video directly and will show you that okay, fine, so in this video and in this video, so this is basically a topic which was actually discussed, this particular small topic which was discussed. So again, it is going to be very, very helpful for me. So if it is going to work the way they have declared over here, yeah. Now, so again, another amazing part is that if Google have released some model, or maybe someone else have released some sort of a model, so that model is supposed to be available even in our ecosystem, right? We are trying to improvise our ecosystem, and this is supposed to be available. So now if you'll go to a Google and if you will try to check, so Gemini Embedding 2 is available over here. Model ID is basically this one. So Gemini Embedding 2 preview. So yes, this is available even inside a Euron ecosystem, a API gateway system. It is available. So I will be using this model from here itself. Documentation wise also we have updated it. We have created a beautiful documentation for that. So if you will go into the embedding part, right? So here you will be able to see that this is my endpoint for embedding basically. And then all this body input, everything is given to you, and then curl example, Python example and JavaScript example is given to you. So you just have to create a client and then you have to basically put your key. That's it, and everything is done. So this time we have released a beautiful documentation for everything, so that those who are using it, they should not face any kind of a problem. Just go inside the document and then use it directly, like a copy and paste the piece of the code, and then you will be able to use it. Gemini Embedding 2 with the custom dimension. So we have also given you just for this one, right? So this is the model ID, and then dimension wise. So again, one beautiful things you will be able to find out inside this documentation. So Gemini Embedding 2 preview. So it supports a dimension between 128 to 3072 dimensions. This is what it supports, right? This is what it supports. So default dimension is the max one, 3072, but yeah, so you can take a dimension between 128 to this particular range, and then you will be able to use it. By default, we have seen that text embedding a small model, which is coming from OpenAI, right? So we have been using basically 1536 as a dimension, right? 1536 as a dimension. And again, so if I'll talk about this particular model, so there was only a fixed dimension which it was supporting, 768. But yeah, I mean range for this one is pretty much good, I would say, and dimension range. So we can try to select our vector database and we can try to see that if my vector database is supporting this big dimension, so we can try to store our data with this particular dimension. So it supports a very good one, right? So yeah, maybe you can go here and then you can go through a documentation which will make your life easy in terms of doing a implementation. And again, so even for other programming languages, you will be able to see documentation. Like I said, so this time we have worked on our documentation part as well, not just in terms of providing a model. Plus we have made a router basically. So we have made a router because majority of the system out there, so they supports a OpenAI, right? They technically supports a OpenAI style of model rendering. So basically what we have done, so previously we had to write a small classes, and after writing a small classes only we were able to use a URI model, because we have not designed the adapter for all of these models technically. So if you'll go and check how this models works, so basically everyone has defined their own set of the rules that whenever you are trying to do a inferencing with respect to any models, so obviously you have to follow this particular guidelines. And majority of the world, right, majority of the people inside the world, so they try to follow the OpenAI guidelines. Again, Anthropic's guidelines is completely different, right? So we have even made those Anthropic models compatible with the OpenAI. So you will be able to use it, which looks like a pretty much global and a standard approach. And again, you don't have to write any additional code now, even to use it inside a LangChain, Llama indexes, LangGraph, or anywhere. No additional code is required now. No SDK is even required. So you don't have to even install the SDK. Internally, we have handled all of those things in our gateway system. And now, so without even installing SDKs, you will be able to technically use it. So this is the kind of a work that we have, well, like, that our team has done in like a recent weeks. So fine, let's go ahead and let's start building basically a system, and let's try to test this particular model. Yeah. So we are going to test it with text, image, video, audio, and documentation, each and everything. So for that, maybe we have to define the use cases, right? We have to define basically a use cases. So use case wise, we can try to take any domain. Maybe we can try to take healthcare domain, let's say, right? So where I will be having maybe some sort of a MRI images, or maybe I will be having some sort of a reports. I will be having some sort of a consultation audio. I will be having some sort of a consultation video. So maybe we can try to adopt that, and we can try to build this entire system. Yes, everyone? Yep. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's start building it. Okay, so maybe we can use cursor, or maybe we can use VS Code to build this one. RAG with Gemini embedding to preview. So those who are using tokens from like a Euron ecosystem, so you can try to install. I have already created a video, so there is basically a plugin you can try to install called as Client. Sorry. So there is a like a plugins you will be able to find out inside of VS Code, and again it's a very amazing plugins. 3 million people are actually using it, and it's growing. Last time when I have checked, so it was like a 3.94 or something, but yeah, now it has increased 94,000 or something, but yeah, now it has increased. So you can go ahead and you can try to install this particular plugin, and it's a very amazing one, and many people are using it. So if you'll go and read out their documentation, right? So it's been used by all these big companies to use their own set of the API token and own set of the models basically. So whether it's a Samsung, Oracle, Amazon, so everyone is basically using it. Installation wise, it's very, very simple. So you can try to install it as a chat interface, or you will be able to use it even inside your CLI, just like a Claude, right? Just like a Claude, you can try to use it, or even kind of a cursor, you will be able to use it. You will be able to configure your own model inside a client. This is what it supports, by the way. Yeah, this is what it supports. So those who have not even you can try to host a model locally. So it supports Ollama as well. So if you'll go through a client, and if you will go and check, they have given a documentation. I was going through it. MCP pricing enterprise. Okay, so maybe I can show you here itself. It supports Ollama. Yeah, so I can click on settings, and then here you will be able to find out that it supports basically almost everyone. It supports. So Anthropic, Amazon, DeepSeek, OpenAI, OpenRouter, Ollama, right? So if you would like to host some of your model locally, let's say a Mistral is Mistral 3.5 that they have released. So it's not as good as a Anthropic model, or maybe like a OpenAI model, a latest one, or maybe a Gemini one. But yeah, so it's a fourth best model in its category, even for a coding. And that model is basically a open source model. So let's say I don't want to burn my API key, right? I don't want to pay for the API key. That's completely okay. You will be able to do a task. Obviously, you will be able to use it. So just what you have to do, so you have to install a client inside your VS Code, and then with the help of Ollama, run that model in your local system itself, Mistral, And again, so Mistral comes with the multiple variants with respect to a number of parameters. So maybe you can try to host a lightweighted model, and which is a best in a category for a coding, and then you can try to use it inside your client. So just in an agentic manner, just the way we try to use it even in a cursor. Because since many days, people were asking me a question continuously that do we have a complete 100% free option available to me, right? Do we have a 100% free option available to me? Yes. Do we have a pay as you go option available to me? Yes. Because now these things matters a lot, right? These things literally matters a lot. Because none of us are, doing a coding by writing line by line code. So obviously we have to use some of the agents. We have to use some of this system, even inside a company, right? Even inside a company. So people have started like, using the same thing, I would say, right? And yeah, so because of that, I mean, like it's a good news as well as it's a bad news. The good news is that yes, we are able to get a productivity. The bad, excuse me. The bad news is that because of this AI overhead, so maybe you have like seen today's news itself. It's today's news. In the morning, I have seen that now Meta is trying to lay off 20% of their workforce. 20%. It's a huge number, right? Recently, Atlassian has like laid off like 1,600 people, I believe, 1,600, right? Number of people. Again, that was in news. And I'm getting this news from like all across the world from everyone that, yeah, so every company have already adopted these kind of a system, and now they are planning because now API key is not like a, cheap basically, right? So companies are investing on those API key, on those AI infra as well, and it's a huge cost for any company. And obviously, like they are able to fast track the process, they are able to fast track the deliverables. But yes, somewhere people who are not able to adopt, or even if people are able to adopt, so obviously like they are doing some sort of a cost cutting, and as a result, so yes, all of these layoff you will be able to see. So just a recommendation to all of you that try to adopt all of these things as soon as possible, right? Like I said, so since many days, even I was looking for 100% a free solution, so where I will be able to do a coding without any kind of disturbance, or without paying any kind of a cost. So I believe now we have a solution. So you can try to use a client over here. There is another like plugins I use. There is a plugin called as Continue, but Continue setup is bit difficult, bit like complex as compared to a client. So client is very simple, very simple. I have already created a video, and again you can just go and watch that video for 5 minutes. The place where I have done this like implementation, you will be able to find out that it's very easy. So you can go ahead with the client, and like I said, so client supports this Olama, right? Olama as well. So without even like paying for any kind of a model, so just download the model, host it, run it inside your local system. I've also shown you, and there is a video on YouTube from my side, that how to set up a Olama. It's just like 5 minutes of task again, right? In 5 minutes, anyone will be able to set it up in their local system, and you will be able to do a inferencing. Even over a GPU, I have shown you inside a class, right? I think that video is not public. I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, so even inside a GPU, if you would like to do a inferencing, you can do a inferencing of the model, right? With the help of VLLM, which I have already discussed in my classes. So yes, we have all the options. If you would like to go ahead with pay as you go, so you have a Euron system. So where you don't have to, pay for that. You can just pay for what you are going to use it. You are going to consume it. Okay. So this is it. Now let's start creating a project. So what I can do, I can try to basically create maybe Claude.md file. Or I can launch my Claude in my here. I trust this folder. Yes. Okay. So maybe I can start giving an instruction, and then I can start building a system in a step-by-step manner. Yeah. So anyone guys who is building it with me, who's going to build? I'm trying out anti-gravity. You can run a multiple agent at once, different whatever project. If you are from India, Geo offer 18-month Google AI Pro plan. You can experiment with the model free. I don't know like whether you will be able to access API key as well or not, because to do any kind of inferencing with these systems, you need a API key access, not a chat access. Yeah. Okay. I'll be talking about anti-gravity then, like maybe in upcoming classes. Fine. I'll be talking about anti-gravity. Maybe I will be using it in my system. I already have that. Yeah, so I already have this anti-gravity. I've been using it like for like a quite a long time. But yeah, so let's use VS Code in today's class. You can use anything. At the end of the day, we need a model access. At the end of the day, we just have to complete the task. That's the only thing which is like a required. So I am building an RAG system. Okay, let me say it. So I'm building a RAG system, so where it will be able to process a text, a PDF, a document, audio, as well as like a video. And I have a plan to use a Gemini embedding to preview model from a Uri ecosystem. Okay, so let me give some sort of a context. Now, database wise, I'm going to use basically a pine cone. I will be providing you the connection string for a pine cone, and I just would like to use LLM wise OpenAI latest model. Embedding wise, I have to use basically Gemini embedding to preview. Gemini embedding, that's a issue with the voice command to preview. I will provide you an endpoint for embedding model as well as for a LLM. So now you have to basically build a Claude MD file to mention all the instructions over there, so that when system will start like building itself, or when system will start writing a code, it must be able to adopt all the standards, it must be able to adopt all the skills, it must be able to adopt all the rules. Okay, fine. So now create this Claude MD file so that I will be able to build a RAG system and I will be able to test it. Okay, so now this will go. I forgot to mention about saving this entire prompt. I'll mention it next time. Yeah, so I've just pinged you guys this prompt inside your chat, WhatsApp chat basically, so you can use it from there. We need to set up a rules before starting a code. So basically, see, you have to set up a rules and the skill set. Even I have discussed in my video, so which I have released over a YouTube, that rules is just like a guardrails, right? So you are just instructing a system that do not do this, do not do that, basically. So with respect to a databases, with respect to a API, with respect to a backend, with respect to a front end, whatsoever system that you are going to introduce, with respect to a caching layer, with respect to a CDN layer, everything, right? And skills are nothing but just like us. So let's say I'm a database, I know database, right? Maybe you are a person who understands LLMs and everything in a better manner. Maybe there is a person who understands our caching and CDN system in a best possible manner. So yeah, this is where skills comes into picture. And overall inside a claude.md file, so we can mention everything. So that is the standard approach that we try to follow. Because if system is going to be very very big, then it will start hallucinating and it will start start doing a lot of modification on its own, and most of the time it will not be able to understand even your input or even your context. So keeping that in a mind, so we always try to build this like a MD file. Maybe I can show you one of the MD file that we use it, test.md. And yeah, so sorry, I have. Yeah. So this is one of the MD file that we are using it just for only one purpose. So we are trying to create a Euron systems, right? And inside a Euron system, so there are so many templates we have, so many pages we have. So where component by component, it will be able to create all of these pages just with the help of AI. I think that system is even live, Euron system. They have already migrated it in a production. Soon we are going to make an announcement. We are just looking for a date. So basically we have created a system over here, so where anyone can come and anyone can launch this entire Euron on their own, right? Entire Euron on their own. So it's like, I think last time I talked about it. So let's say if I would like to launch courses, hybrid, shorts, videos or books or maybe digital product, one-to-one consultation. So again, products, and again like one-to-one consultation, live workshop, digital product, paid videos, even reels and shorts based courses basically. So everything, booking system, customer, offline event, online event, webinar, live session, plus we have all the URI system or Euron AI system as well. So basically we have created this system in such a way that anyone can go and within like a 2 minute they will be able to launch their own system. They can do a domain mapping over here, and again analytics wise, it's a heavy analytics, anyone will be able to get, right? A complete business analytics, they will be able to get it. Now, so here basically we have a page builder. So let's say if I'm trying to build my entire website just like a Euron, so we have already given you a multiple like a templates over there, and not just that. So even in those templates, if you'll go and see basically, so we have given you basically a AI. So simple, just try to write a prompt over there and it will be able to create your header, your footer, your entire website ready. So for example, I can just click on save. I have done nothing by the way over here, right? And yeah, so I will be able to launch this entire things in no time. And again, I can change all these names. I can change all of these navigations over here. I can even do a domain mapping. So now see, my entire website will be like ready in a one single click. Not just a website, I would say, right? So like not just a website, but yeah, so entire system will be ready. So where I can come and I can sell all of these products. And it's a very, very big system. Literally, it's a big system. We'll go and check over here. So it's a very big system that we have created. And just name anything, right? Name anything which is available anywhere in this entire world. I mean, like you can launch everything inside this website, right? And yeah, there are other people who is available in a market. But yeah, so we are trying to make sure that pricings are very much affordable and competitive. So as you can see, the pricing, like it's a very amazing pricing that we are planning to offer, where all of these items, a 60 plus item you will be able to launch, and everything is AI driven. Everything is purely AI driven that we have basically like a created. And you don't have to worry about your hosting or infra. Everything is on us, and that too with the very, very limited pricing. So this is a MD file that I'm showing you. Just one single MD file that we have created. It's a big MD file, right? Just to control the response of this page builder. And for just like this page builders, right? So we have so many other things basically. And for everything, so we try to create a separate MD file for such kind of a system, right? So that whenever someone is going to work on this one, so system is not supposed to hallucinate. It's not like it will go and start creating a new page itself. No. So when we have mentioned that you have to create a component, make all those component editable, make those component AI driven, always try to check. So all of these checks we try to mention even in a real time. And whenever you are going to join some industry, right, every time you will be able to find out that these are the standards we always try to follow. So that's my standard, like a MD file that we are actually using it for only one of the tasks, right? And for other tasks, likewise, we have a 60 plus product over there. So yeah, just imagine how many like such kind of rules and files we use to create to use AI in a better way. And if you're not doing it, then obviously you will come and say that my code is behaving in a very different manner, my friend's code is behaving in a very different manner, because it's a generative AI, right? It just generates. So if you are not giving an instruction, the only thing which it will do is a hallucination. Okay, so let me delete this file from here. Okay, gone. So looks like, yeah, so it has basically created my Claude MD file. Let's go ahead and let's check this particular file, that whether it has generated a proper or it has written a proper information or not inside this one. So multi-model RAG system, project instructions, a project overview. This is a multi-model RAG system that process text, PDF, document, image, audio and video input. It embed them using a Google Gemini Embedding 2 preview, stores vector in a Pinecone, fine, and it's a response using a OpenAI latest LLM. This is what the instruction I have given. Embedding model wise, so Gemini Embedding 2 preview, no. So this is incorrect actually. So this is not at all a correct. I'll give a correct name. Otherwise, it will hallucinate for sure. So let me give a correct name to this one. AI Gateway, models, Google Embedding. This is the actual model name. So fine. Okay, fine. So, and it has mentioned GPT 4.1, which is again not a latest one. So I'll try to mention the latest one. Let me go again, OpenAI, and maybe 5 nano. Let's go ahead and use this 5 nano. Yeah. So maybe I'll be using this one. Okay. So these two was the major component, and I think correction is done and saved. Okay. Let's go ahead and read out once again. So fine, LLM for a generation is this, and then embedding model wise I have given instruction. Vector database wise, Pinecone, serverless, fine. Backend language wise 3.11 looks good to me. Fast API, that again looks good. Gemini Embedding 2 preview capability. So basically text up to this much, image 6, fine. This is a copy paste from a Google documentation itself. Embedding rule wise, so the embedding model produce 768 dimension vector every Pinecone. Okay, let's keep 768 now. Use type task parameter appropriately, retrieval document for indexing, retrieval query for searching queries, text longer than 8192 token, implementation checking before the embedding, fine. So chuck size is 7500 token and chuck overlap is 500. Let me make a small correction over here. So ideally, even as per the Google instruction, it should basically use 1024, let's say chuck size. I'm going to take it approximately 20% of overlap, so 256. Okay. The PDF longer than 6 pages split into a batches of 6 pages each before embedding. For a video longer than 120 second, segment into a clips and 120 second for or less before embedding. Fine. Image batches larger than 6 split into a group of 6. Audio is embedded natively. Do not transcribe audio to the text before embedding. Fine. So audio it will be able to process automatically. Pinecone wise, so use a Pinecone client package latest version. Connection string API key will be provided via the environment variable. Fine. Index dimension 768. Fine. Looks fine. Although this Gemini embedding model is supporting me a very big one. I think 3024. But yeah, that's fine. Similarity search matrices by cosine, use serverless specs for creating indexes, source type text, PDF, image, video, find source type original file name or identifier. Okay, first 200 character, this looks good to me. Open AI LLM generation, so Open AI key will be provided. It's not going to be this model, it's going to be GPT-5 nano model, I will be using it. Okay, so changed. OpenAI model if needed, system prompt, this. Temperature 0.3 looks good to me. Maximum output token is this much. Fine. All secret configuration. Okay, so it is going to take it. Okay, and it has created a project structure as well. So there will be clouded.md file, then .environment file, git ignore file, requirement.txt file. There will be an app inside that init main config. Fine. App entry point, then model. Fine. For service embedding vector stores LLM. Fine. Processor file will be here. Router will be here, and then there will be a test file. Okay. Ingestion wise, so this is the endpoint it is going to create for PDF ingestion, for text ingestion, for image, audio, and video ingestion. Okay. For query, so after it, it is going to give me like a this. Coding standard wise, so type hint everywhere. Fine. Pydantic models. Okay. Async by default. Error handling. Logging. No hard coded value. Dependency. Okay. Fine. Gemini embedding wise, so it is going to use this one. RG pipeline flow wise, so there will be user query, and then it is going to embed it, search in a pinecone, retrieve, then build a multi-model, OpenAI for generation, return answer plus source reference. Okay, fine. Use PyTest with this one. Okay, fine. This, fine. And then requirement.txt, key renders. So now this whole file looks good to me, and I had to make like a little bit of like a modification over here in terms of our models. So I believe it is able to adopt it. So looks good basically, right? So far looks good. I have to mention a couple of more instructions. So just to like do a testing basically. So I have to go and I have to create maybe a chat system. Anyhow, it has mentioned a endpoint for chat, right? In below section, so it has already like mentioned that I will be exposing this particular route, this particular like a path basically. So where you can come and you can test your entire system. But yeah, I would like to like get some sort of a chatting interface, so where I can go and I can chat with it. So basically, I want you to even mention a chat interface, so by which I will be able to query my vector database, and in that chat interface, I will be able to see the result. You have to create a chat interface by using TypeScript and Next.js. Your backend is going to be Python. Okay. And even for a data ingestion, so I'm looking for a interface via which I will be able to ingest a data, and then eventually it will be able to store everything as an embedding. And yeah, so I must be able to do a query. And along with this, I have to give even a context or maybe a documentation detail from a URI system. So let me go ahead and give it to it so that it will be able to understand from where we have to basically use this model. So embedding, and yeah, so this is my endpoint, and then for like just for Gemini 2.0, so maybe I can try to give this one. It will be able to understand now. Okay, so to use a embedding model, so I have already given you an endpoint from Euron. You have to use that. So embedding, I have given an instruction, and again for maybe my chat completion, so I have to give an instruction. So chat completion. Even for chat completion, so I have given you like a input again from Euron. You have to use that endpoint. Okay. So now I believe I am able to give a proper instruction that you have to create a UI interface for querying and UI interface even for uploading a data, right? So that, with ease, I will be able to, or any one of us will be able to upload the data over there. And those UI interface wise, so Next.js and a TypeScript, I simply said that they have to use it. Try to create a chat interface just like a chat GPT. Okay, so I have given this instruction as well. Fine. Now let's start. I mean, like it will try to update it. Okay, so some people are asking about basically evaluation. So see, evaluation is something that we can do it obviously, and with every system we does that. So there is something called as precision. I believe we have studied those precision matrices in our classification. There is something called as recall. There is something called as hit rate. So you can try to define it, and then you can try to evaluate your model. Approach is very simple in terms of evaluating a model. So you will be having a source of truth, and you will be having a question, and you will be having a output, right? So I have a question, and then the answer which I am looking for, and the output which I am able to receive from the embedding model. You just have to check the precision or recall over there. That's it, and that is going to be the evaluation matrices for you. Just like we do it in terms of classification task, right? So it's same. If you are doing a re-ranking, then again, we try to do a re-ranking evaluation. Do you want me to make this edit in a clouded.md? Yes. Okay, so now what I will do, so once my clouded.md will be ready, I'll provide you my clouded.md itself. In that manner, you don't need my, the prompt basically, because eventually those prompts was written just to create a clouded.md. So I believe now clouded.md is updated. Maybe once again I can go and I can cross check and see whether everything looks good to me or not. Let me start from the last. Okay, so URI endpoint provider audio generation directly fine, front end wise fine. So now it has written even a instruction for launching this. Okay, fine, fine. And now it has changed a flow. Okay, looks good. Backend fine, front end. Okay, so chat page, there will be a ingest page where I can go and I can try to ingest all of this data. Yeah. Now I can share this MD file directly with all of you. So let me send it here itself. Yeah. So in your Zoom chat, you will be able to find out a cloud.md file. Just use this one. You don't need anything from my side now. Yeah. Just use this one. This is like more than enough, and it has already accommodated all the input which I have given. Now start building this system step by step as mentioned in cloud.md file. Yeah. So this is the kind of a work that we all have to do it, or we should always do it basically. If you are not doing it, then again obviously system is going to behave in a very random manner. Yeah. So just make sure that whenever you are building such system, please make sure that you are following this approach, reading out all those skills or rules or MD file that you have created, because that is going to be the source of truth for your basically AI, whatever AI that you are using. And believe me, even your AI is not as intelligent as an Anthropic model. It will literally hallucinate very less. So even if you are going to use a Mistral 3.5 model, and if you are going to give a correct instruction, it is going to do a magic for you. I mean, not like a Anthropic, but yeah, you will be able to build a system. Can't we give a reference to a standard coding practice? It has already adopted. It has already written all the standards inside a Claude MD. If you would like to write more, mention that inside a Claude MD file. Open to save directly in his system and close promptly. What happened? You are not able to download it? Anyone who is facing issue with the downloads? Yes, yes. Okay, so let me drop this file maybe inside your WhatsApp chat. That will be more convenient. Hmm. I have already sent a file inside your WhatsApp. Okay, some people are able to download, some people are not. Fine, I have already sent a file inside your WhatsApp, so you can check that out. So anyone who have started building it, guys? Yeah, can you please ping me inside a chat? Yeah, working for me. Yes. Okay, fine. A new way of building REG system. So I believe if today whatever we are building, if it is going to work for audio, video, image, and text, then maybe tomorrow or maybe in a coming week. So whenever you will start doing an implementation, even inside your company, think about this approach. Yeah. What prompt you have given to start building? I simply said start building it and refer to Cloud MD file, because in that MD file everything is already mentioned. So you can use any AI, guys, now. So I'm using Anthropic. In some of the classes I will be using even Klein. In some of the classes I will be using Cursor, as people have requested. So in some of the classes I will be using anti gravity as well, and whatsoever like tools are available out there. I mean, like at the end of the day, all tools are same. If you know how to use it in a proper manner, it will work. So even internally, so we all have started using a Klein with a URI like a API gateway. Can we use Excel file? Why? Okay, so Excel you are saying for RAG, yeah, you can use it. I mean, like at the end of the day, it will parse the data. That's it. And then embedding comes into picture. Can you please add my number to the WhatsApp group? You don't have to ask anyone to add your number. Simple, go to your dashboard in a very first lecture, resource section, click and join. I believe I talked about this more than 100 times in all the induction sessions. Swami is asking what are the skills and hooks in a cloud day. So skills, I believe I have already discussed about it. So skills is nothing but like expert, right? So I'm just trying to set the behavior that you are supposed to behave like a expert DB administrator or maybe expert front end developer, and then whatever that front end developer, back end developers are going to do. So we can try to set that particular part inside the skills. I believe I have also released a GitHub. Over there, you will be able to find out my template, basically template for one of the project. And again, if you are using some other project, so you can try to maybe uh, change the same set. So Cloud and Cursor, for both I have already provided the template basically. So dot cloud, and inside that, so rules, script, skills, all these things are mentioned. As you have asked about hooks, hooks is nothing but a monitoring system. So where it is going to monitor your AI, monitor action, monitor prompt, or enforce some sort of a rules, right? So for a safety purposes, this is where hooks comes into picture. So again, it's a set of instruction, and from a cloud side, so it's been defined so that it will be able to understand. Okay, so looks like it is able to build my system, and yeah, so in I think it have taken maybe like a 15-20 minute or maybe even less than that, right? So chat page, ingest page, sidebar, navigation between chat and ingest, fine, dark theme throughout with the tailwind CSS. Okay, looks amazing. These are the endpoint that it has created. Now it is looking for a URI API key and a Pinecone API key. Okay, so I'll just go to my backend. I'll go to my env. I'll try to provide all the API key which is required. So URI API key it is expecting. So let me go and let me provide an API key. Yeah. So URI API key. Done over here. And then URI LLM fine, it is selecting like a GPT-4 or mini, maybe in a later, so I can change it. RAG multi-model Pinecone index name, and then your Pinecone API key I have to provide. Okay. So let's go to a Pinecone. Vector database. So I'm assuming that all of you have an account on Pinecone, as we have already used it like a multiple times in our previous classes. And you can use like a Baviet, Pinecone, ChromaDB, or Postgres Vector DB. So PG Vector, anything that you want, you can just like use it. I don't have any issue with that. Create the indexes, and let me create a index with the same name, RAG multi model. So index is done, and then custom setting. I'm not going to, yeah, dense vector dimension 768. So 768 is a dimension which I have to set. Capacity provider fine. This region looks fine to me. Okay. Create indexes. So I'm setting my dimension 768 and click on custom. Otherwise, it will give you like a paid option. So you don't have to go ahead with a paid option in that case. Excuse me. Okay, so looks like it's done and it's live, right? Let me click on create, and then I have to obtain my API key. So this one is done, API key wise. So let me create an API key. Okay, and let me copy it, and I can paste it here. Okay, so even Pinecone API key and this one is done, right? I can close this part, and then I can run my front end. I can try to run my backend. So simple, go to CD backend and then pip install and then run the backend, and then front end wise CD front end npm run dev, and it will be able to run it. Very, very simple. So I can go in a manual mode, or maybe I can ask like Claude to do that. Anything is going to be like fine. So let me do it in a manual manner at least. And then pip install -r requirements.txt. Error, fine. Okay, so there is a version error. looks like. I'll just give it to Claude. It will fix it. Just a version error, so it will like correct the versioning that it has given. Otherwise, it will like keep it as a latest. New version written, some modification. Imtiaz is asking, sir, you just mentioned Klein. As Klein is a coding agent, it needs LLM model to run. I'm confused about the difference with using a Claude extension inside a VS Code. Yeah, you can no, just Klein is a different extension and Claude is a different extension. So you can use Klein, you can use like a Claude. If you're using Klein, then you can try to even take a subscription from them. They are also like doing the same thing that Euron is doing. And otherwise, you can try to integrate your Uri API, pay as you go. As simple as that. Or even inside a client, so you can try to host a model locally or maybe in your GPUs, and you can do a inferencing. So all these options are already available inside a client. So open source, pay as you go, and then one time everything. What is the difference between Claude as an extension on top of VS Code and desktop app? Yeah, I mean like even in desktop app, you can give an access of your repository in a code mode, and then you can like use it basically inside a Claude. In a VS Code, you will feel like it will feel to you like a developer. I mean, like it will feel like you are working basically. Let's Claude access your camera. The changes this later. Go to the setting app. Yeah, so they are giving you even a coworker option, code option. Every option they have given to you. Okay, the server keep exiting because background task in this environment doesn't persist. That's expected. You will need to run them yourself in two separate terminal window. Here is what to do. Fine. So backend, I have to run this one. and I can like go to front end, and then I can run npm run dev. Okay, so there is an issue, unable to acquire a lock is another instance of next dev running. Okay, fine. So there is a lock in it. And we can use a Claude MD in our favorite tool Cursor to. You can just use this Claude MD and just ask Cursor to create its own set of the rules. I have already like shared a repo basically, so where you can go and check. So Cursor follows a .cursor file, and whatever file that you are going to keep it inside .cursor. Claude follows Claude MD and .claude. So if you are using cursor, then because cursor will be inside a cursor, you can try to run it in a auto mode. So where cursor itself decides that which model I am supposed to use, or you can select even a specific model inside cursor. So for cursor, if you have to like run it, so you can try to use the template which I have given to you, and then modify it as per your requirement. So here cursor rule template already like published. Yeah. So for cursor and Claude, for both I have published the templates. It should start cleanly on port 3000 now. Fine. Okay, so this is running on 3000. I'm assuming that my backend front-end mapping is intact. So let's go ahead and let's try to test it. Okay, so here is a system that it has created. Looks good as of now to me, right? Here is a chat system and here is a ingest data system. So where I can try to, bring a raw file, and then eventually it will be able to store it inside my like a RAG multi-model system. This one, right? As of now, there is nothing, as you can see. Oh, artificial, it has already tested it and it has already stored one of these like chunks. Content preview, text, meta information, everything I'm able to see it. Okay. So now what I can do, so I can try to, upload some of this file wise. I can upload a text file, PDF file, PNG, JPG, MP3, audio file, WAV, MP4 or MOV file. I can try to use it. So let me drop couple of my reels basically. So I have like a lot of reels, which is like less than 2 minutes. So let me ingest it. And even I don't know like in which reel I have talked about what. So let's. I mean, like, yeah, video title is given, and some videos are available in English, some videos are available in Hindi. Upload all. So many video I have given, and okay, fail to fetch. So a small issue I can see, fail to fetch, allow origin. Okay, this is a course issue, normal one again, and it will be fixed in no time. So Claude. What is the configuration selected in a Pinecone custom dense 768? Yeah, that's a one, because in my code it's the same thing. So in your code, if it is like a different, then you can try to use different. Now start your backend server, reload port 8000. There was a port issue. Now allows, okay, all the ports it allows. Let me restart my backend. Control Z 8000. Now I can go and I can try to test it. Let me refresh. Okay, so many files again I have uploaded. Again, fail to fetch. Access control, allow origin. Header is presence on the request resource. Cross policy, no access. Okay. Is not able to hit my backend. Okay, the backend was not started after the crossing. Let me verify the current state. The cross is now set to allow origin. Static means all the origin. Once backend restart, refresh the browser and it will work. I had restarted the backend and it was already on a auto start mode. Maybe a cache issue. Okay, restarted. It's a cache issue. Same thing. Again, getting the same issue. Clear the cache and start backend. Subham, even if you are sending a message once, I can see your message, by the way. One user wanted to build classification vision model for building classification high, medium, low. And okay, how can I use a YOLO 8 on the GPT vision or any LLM model to train my image? How you can use it means like model provides you a fine tuning. So yeah, collect your data, label your data. In case of YOLO, so you have to go ahead and label your data set, and then those labeled data set coordinate wise, it will be able to adopt it if you're going to do a training. If you're looking for like a YOLO lecture, so maybe you can check my FSDS class. In that, I have already talked about it in a practical manner, that how to train those models, and even code base is available. So maybe that will like help you out in terms of training your data, and plus labeling. So I have already shown you like a labeling with the help of label IMG tool. FSDS basically. So full stack data science. You can look into this computer vision lecture section, and you will be able to find the topic name. We have already mentioned a very clear topic name. So wherever I have discussed YOLO, just like a go, and then you will be able to find out even a code base file there. Is there any way we can use a vision model? I think there are like a best vision model available in a market. You can try to use it, or even LLMs. If you don't want to use a vision model directly, go ahead and use LLMs. I believe LLM will be able to, understand your images and whatever output or whatever like answer that you are looking for, like from a LLMs, I think it will be able to give you. So instead of going ahead with the vision model, because sometimes those models will be like too heavy, uh, go with the LLM approach and try this out at least. I think the use case that you are talking about, it can be even fixed in that manner, Subham. How I can find which model my cursor has used from a URI as it is running in auto mode. In auto mode, you won't be able to find out. Cursor never reveals that. If you are looking for a specific model, then you can go and like attach and check. But yeah, in auto mode, no. It's better to use Klein, I would say. So just go ahead and use Klein. So even Klein provides you like a two model integration, one for like a planning and one for execution. So yeah, that option is also available inside a Klein. And you can integrate like a different model. So maybe for a planning, you can integrate an expensive model so that your planning will be better. And for like a execution, for a task completion, so you can try to use maybe like a basically a model which is like a least costly one, which is not that expensive. Okay, so now it is launching it at 8001. Okay. Ah, now it's working. So successfully ingested video, successfully ingested video. Now maybe I can go and check my DB. So what kind of insertion it has actually done, right? So I can come here and I can hit refresh. Hmm. So video ID fine, and then let me check. Yeah, so this is a dense vector 768. It has installed chunk size, chunk index is 0, context content preview, source file, source type video, text content MP4, timestamp was this. Okay, fine. These are the meta information which is available to me. Okay, so it has ingested all of these videos successfully. So let me ask one question. So as there was a video about a work and learn, so tell me about or give me a video where I have discussed about work and learn in Hindi, because I have given like a Hindi video as well as English video. So let's see whether it is able to fetch it or not. Source of project for a student. I don't have enough information in the knowledge base to answer this question. Source project for a student Hindi video. Okay, so project for a student Hindi video, project for a student Hindi video, work and learn Hindi. Okay, so wherever it is able to find out Hindi, basically based on my input data, so it is giving me all of these videos that these are the video names. So where you will be able to find out. Okay, fine. So maybe I have to make this entire system little bit better. That's a requirement. Let me do it. Okay, so as you can see, my like a chat and the response from the system side. So I'm trying to ingest the videos, but yeah, it is not able to give me a proper response with the proper video as per my request. So try to make this entire REG robust so that whenever I'm searching for videos, it must be able to give me a response. Maybe you have to work on the dimension of the embedding, or maybe you have to work on the chuck size that you are creating and overlap, so that I will be able to get a better response. But yeah, work on it. Derive the complete new approach of this particular REG. Let's see. So what cursor will do. But yeah, I mean, like wherever it is able to find out Hindi, I can see. And yes, there is a match Hindi. So 72% match, 72, 72, 72, 71. Just on Hindi keyword. So it is giving me responses. Okay, the core problem clear that as the content LLM has nothing meaningful to reason, but it's correctly say I don't have enough information. Need to redesign the fine. So it was not processing technically. It was just processing my. That's again the problem, the big one. For video ingestion system, so I'm just trying to ask a question that what is the approach that has follows. So no, not currently. Based on what has been built so far, the system is not using a Gemini native multimodal embedding for a video file. Here is what actually happening. Okay, so for video ingestion, the system creates a text description for a file name. Oh, okay. So only file name search it is trying to do, which is not good. Okay. So basically, it is not able to convert into a embedding. The gap Gemini Embedding 2 preview natively support multimodal embedding video audio, but the URI API's OpenAI compatible interface likely only expose the text embedding capability. To use the multimodal embedding, you need to use a. Okay, so team has not exposed. This is the major problem. Okay, fine. I'll just ask my team right now to expose it. Search quality depends entirely on how well file name is. No. So what I can do for now, I can go ahead and Gemini API key. I can use it for this purpose. So for text, URI will work. In some time, they will make this available, even for audio, video, and all the other stuff. ENVs. Gemini API key. Okay, so I have provided a Gemini API key. Okay, so now I have provided you API key, use that for embedding and create want to make the edit changes and process video, audio files, images. For me, it's asking to pay. I think it's a premium model. This model which we have listed, it's a comes in under premium category. We want to make this into Gemini media file. Based on the current of this project, here is the audio file. Next action via Gemini. Audio file is uploaded to Google Gemini. Fine. Gemini analyze the audio natively. Key points. Fine. Text embedding via audio. The text description is combined with the file name. Audio natively and generate a detailed text description. Okay. Okay, so basically, because it works on a wallet basis. So as you can see, there is a, I believe there is a wallet option which is available here, billing and wallet. Simple. Yeah, so everything is available there itself. So anyone guys who is able to build it? Anyone? Okay, getting error, trying, fine. So try with video and audio. With text, it's fine. If it is going to work with the video and audio and images especially. So if it is going to work with those things, then text will be the easiest one to work with. I mean, like it's not a big deal. And then try to use some PDF with a very complex like image structure or table structure, formula structure. Try doing that. Maybe try to pick some sort of a PDF from NCRT books. I think that will be better because in those chapters, right, you will be able to find out basically all those images, diagrams, lot of things. So just try to use those textbooks or maybe some research paper. Attention is all you need. Paper itself you can try to pick and then you can try this out. Okay, restart your backend. Fine. So I'll restart my backend. Maybe I can go and I can try to clean all my. Leave it. Let me ingest the data fresh. Now it is hitting my APIs, as you can see here. Hmm. Okay, so too many requests. Fine. Now it will take some time to process the video. So now it's like trying to create embeddings of a video, right? So that semantically it will be able to understand. So successfully ingested video with one content chunk. Fine. It is taking. It will take some like time, maybe like 4 to 5 minutes, as I have 10 videos. Unable to consume any free model. No, it will work in a client. You will be able to use it if you have a balance. I believe it should not give an issue. Second one seems processed. I showed the guardrail project in my company. Everyone was happy and amazed. That's great. So yeah, so you're like whatever we are discussing inside the class, I think it's working even in real time. All working, image, MP4, audio, text. That's great. Salary increment. Don't expect it. If like companies are not firing you. That's a biggest blessing nowadays, because now it doesn't depends upon how hard you are working. So basically, it all depends upon like a requirement, and if you are able to really produce some sort of a unique values. So if you're looking for a hike or appraisal, switch the company. That's always a better choice. Never expect a hike from the same company. I keep on saying these things, and even I have followed same in my life. I never expected hike when I was working, right? So I worked in 4 companies. I never expected hike from any other company. Just switch. Okay, so for Dhruv, everything is working. Hmm. Okay, so from today onwards, if this is going to work, right? If Gemini embedding model is going to work, then from today onwards, all of us, whoever is like a building RAG with any kind of a very complex data, because this is where the actual problem arises inside a RAG system, right? So I believe you all have a solution now, a foolproof solution, or maybe closer to a foolproof solution, because I know many of us are working into RAG in our companies. Many of us are like using it. We are doing it. We are using sometime a very expensive solution or something like Kendra or something, right? Maybe just go ahead and adopt this, and everything is like going to work like a magic for you. Your Euron platform is awesome. So many features are coming. Is it Bootstrap or VC funded? It's funded by me, by the way. Bootstrap. Any document you can provide? Document for what? What is the link for Euron platform? Okay, so you are inside a class and you are not aware about Euron platform. That is strange. So maybe some of your friend have shared a Zoom link and you have just joined. Possibility. Okay. How was your experience working in UI? See, company is company. I mean, like, I will not say I had a bad experience or good experience. Project was good. My team was good. And so I was good. And I was there for maybe like, I think 8 to 10 months. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, it was good. Well, I was like leading lots of project at a time in that company. My client was majorly Unilever at that point of time. I remember. So yeah, I mean, like every company is good, I would say, as long as they are like giving you a salary on time and a good work. Is credit different from free API token? Do we need to recharge the wallet first? Yeah, if I'm like if free is going to exhaust because limit is 1 lakh token per day, 365 lakh in a year, which comes with your subscription of a plus with the courses, right? So if you are exhausting on a daily basis, like more than 1 lakh, then obviously yes, a wallet recharge. If your requirement is within 1 lakh with all those listed models, then yeah, you can go ahead and use it. So everything up to your requirements. Still generating. Just check. So yeah, Dhruv, in between, if you would like to present your project, if it is working. I didn't exhaust, still unable to consume. No, it should work. But yeah, if you are facing an issue, I have just passed your message to a team who happens to maintain this platform. They will check. But yeah, it is working. I have already tested. I have already created a video on that. It was working for me. Token limit per day in pay as you go. There is no limit at all. Yes. So Dhruv, if it is working for you, so maybe you can present in between. So it is trying to process my files. I can even come over here. I can check the ingestions. Record count is now 85. By default, it is. Okay, so 8 video remaining. Consultancy for a student. Give me a video where I have discussed about consultancy projects. Okay. Okay, so I found the video that matches your request. Build anything under Euron Consultancy MP4. Okay, so this is the response it has given to me. This video likely discuss a topic related to a consultancy project under a Euron Consultancy framework. Additionally, there is another relevant video, consultancy for a student. Okay, fine. So it is able to search that video, and if I'll now go and check, so basically it is able to store like my data. So as of now, there is a 89 records which is available. So it is dividing my entire things into a chunks and storing it. Maybe I can try to ingest some of the images, my family photos which is available, right? And yeah, or maybe my own photo. I can try to send and then test it. I have to like check a variety of the pictures. Let me see if I have. Okay, so I have some of my pictures into a different dress code. Let me upload all. Are you referring to Yuri Gateway left us? Yeah, I'm referring to that. Maybe I can go and chat that give me a image where human is wearing pink t-shirt. I don't have a matching content in the knowledge base for this question. Maybe ingestion is going on. MP4. Okay. Sources fine. So yeah, 50% match wise, it is able to find out this particular image 2026 14 Pro, right? And if I'm just like trying to match with my original image, so it looks like Pro. So 20, the image ingestion has done 20, and image is basically 107 2026 14 Pro, and it's coming up with the 50% match. Hmm. So it is able to ingest that, and yeah, so in this it is closer to a pink, so 50% match. So I believe once this entire things will be ingested, it will be able to give me even with a pink shirt as well, because in some of my picture I'm wearing like a pink t-shirt, some in some black, in some white, or in some like something like a different. So yeah, so looks like it is like a working well. Maybe I can try this out with the PDF as well. So maybe some PDF I can try to ingest here. Architecture, tech stack, overview, PDF. And what was the content? Okay, fine. So this was the content which I have discussed. No text could be extracted from the PDF. Yeah, so because this is the image file, so it has technically failed. Successfully ingested 3 chunks from the PDF. Ideal for digital campaign management platform. Let me check what is there so that I can verify. And I should attach more PDFs. Okay, so give me a detail about this. So this was like text which was available inside the PDF. I'm just trying to frame the one simple like a input question or query. I found a relevant content in a knowledge base, reading a polling agent snapping. Okay, so fine, it is able to find it. Specifically, the details are outlined in the PDF. Okay, and still streaming. So ideal for digital campaign management platform PDF. Okay, so this is the PDF in which it is able to find out, and here are the key points. So now it is streaming the key points. The polling agent snap a picture of a final. The streaming. So it looks like, guys, that even with my pictures, even with my video, and even with my audio and PDF, so far the very like first kind of a testing that we are trying to do just to check the model capability, it's working well. I mean, like as per my experience, so the kind of testing we used to do with other models so far, I think it is performing better than or way better than those models in terms of like storing the embeddings. So yeah, what I mean, like it's a Google, right? So obviously, if Google has claimed something, then we just go ahead and use it, right? And I believe this is now one of the best benchmarking embedding model we can use after this class for embedding or for building any RAG system. So whether we are like trying to achieve automation with the RAG, or maybe agents we are trying to attach with the RAG, or maybe like just a simple chat or document we are trying to create. So by default, from today onwards, you can try to use it. Yeah. What do you feel, everyone, in a chat? In PDF, we can even test it with the image, like PDF with the images, PDF with the tables, right? So it will be able to do extraction. And yeah, so 65.3% match, 60.3% match, right, with this one. And then it is able to match, give me a match 59 or 59%, even with some of my images. That's fine. Right. So I have just given all sources. So it is matching with all of my sources. So the top match is coming from this one, right? So looks good, obviously, like looks promising to me so far. Maybe I can use it for other RAG system that we can try to like build it. We can try to test it more. The relaxation part is that I have to use only one model, right? For my audio, for my video, for my image, for my text, basically, right? And for all kind of a file which I would like to parse, PDF, Word document, Excel sheet, whatsoever it is, right? So it will be able to parse it, and it will be able to, I can then talk to my data. As simple as that, right? Need to test it with more than 200 pages of PDF. See, there is nothing called as 200 or 2000, right? As you can see over here, they have clearly mentioned that basically it will be able to directly, right? Directly it will be able to embed a 6 pages long. If you have a 200 or 2000 pages, doesn't matter, right? You just have to break it down into that many like numbers of embeddings. Simple. Yeah. Anyhow, if you will go and check inside your database, so here we have 162 records. It's trying to match with 162 records, right? Use the big one. I mean, like 1000, 2000, 10,000 kind of a. Give me a image where same question where person is wearing black cloth. Cloth, CLOTH. Okay, spelling mistake. This is really help. Generally, we get a very low confidence using RAG. This can help to match a better manner with a high confidence. Exactly. Yeah. I don't have a matching content in the knowledge base for this question. Okay. It is able to give me some sort of a match with the images, and this is a 56% match. This is my image name. Maybe I can go and I can check inside my picture. Obviously, I can make it like a better. Yes, see, black I have asked, right? And this is the image, guys. It is able to understand, right? I'm asking about the black cloth, and yeah, so this is my image, which I have eventually ingested, and yeah, so there is like a result for that. There is a response for that, right? So it is able to understand my images. This is what I was trying to show you with a 56.4% match. Yeah, even it is matching with this one with my like input and this image. Let me go and check what this image is. So yeah, again black, right? This image. Looks like working, guys. Yes, looks like working. So I mean, like it is able to understand my videos. It is able to understand my images. PDF I have not tested with the Commerce PDF, but I have just tested with the image, and yeah. So if it is working, it will be able to work with a PDF for like a tables and then like images and whatsoever data set you will be having inside your PDF. So good. I mean, like I can use it now. Yeah, I can use it now in like a production grade system. So what Dhruv is saying, yes, just a bit need a check with some more data getting uploaded, video images, but next time upload gives an error, fixing that bug. But if this is cool, I'm going to use this for personal project. Okay, amazing. What if we want to process video of a longer length, like 1 2 hour? Not an issue. Again, break it down into a chunks, 2 hour, 2 minute, 2 minute, 2 minute. Yeah. Write a simple Python code and which will try to, cut your videos. 2 minute, 2 minute, 2 minute. Simple. And whenever system is going to give you a response based on your question, so it will be able to understand that, okay, maybe like your question belongs to multiple videos, right? Just to give you the answer of your question, it is supposed to fetch multiple videos. It will give it to you anyhow. Yeah. Okay. So any question for me, guys? And again, so if we have this kind of a system, then we don't have to go ahead with the re-ranking. Yeah, I mean, like if like we have a better system, I can use a better LLM, and I can even fine tune this entire system, right? So that it can work like a magic inside a production. That is possible. But yeah, I think in a class in this amount of time, just in like 1 1.5 hour, we are able to understand and we are able to build this kind of a system. Then work done. Yeah. Training, fine tuning required. Navneet, I don't know, last time when I told you, right? Think before like saying anything inside a class. I don't know like whether even you know about it or not, that what question you asking. And I believe other people, other batchmates feels in the same way. They have, I think, last time given your feedback. So I don't want to highlight the same thing again and again, but yeah, please think. Unable to use Udemy in a client. Unable to use Udemy model in a client? No. Let me like show it to you. I guess it's still processing. Where is my client? Okay, so so this one key wise, let me change or check my key. I'll just change the key in front of you. So API key. Okay, and put it here. Cloud is Sonnet 406. Fine, I can use that model itself. And again, so here you can try to choose a plan and act model. So you can set 2 models as well. And there are a lot of other features. So client even provide you a very amazing feature, so which is going to help you out in terms of, testing it automatically. browse my code base and give me a summary of the entire project. Let me do one thing. So create a full industry grade documentation for this project. So client has started working, and yeah, so I have given all the access. So do it whatever you want. You have all the browser access, MCP access, you have all the execution access, and again, so I have even enabled the test mode where, like, it will build things. It will go and click if there is a UI. It will keep on testing it, and it will keep on rectifying the code. So see, client is working for me, right? Yeah. So it has started like reading 1, 2, 3, all these files. So 5 tool called over here, 8 tool called, 7 tool called. So multiple tool has been called so far. Hmm. You can even use client in a terminal, the way I'm using Claude as of now, right? So if I have to use a client inside a terminal, so in my case, simple CLI NE, just like Claude, I'm using it. So even see, so just like this Claude, I will be able to use a client, or maybe in a chat mode. So in whatsoever mode you are comfortable, client is providing you both the modes. And even here, so you will be able to see all the commands. So basically like a help, setting, model, history, clear, exit, skills, right? Network, deep planning, small. So everything is there. It's a very good one actually. Like many product-based companies are using it. So that's the reason. So I have recommended to all of you guys, and it comes with a lot of like a flexibility, by the way. Paid, free, self-hosted, everything you can use it here, which is not possible in like some of the other IDs. Yeah, so it is working, and in some time, so I will be able to get a complete project document. Oh, so many files, almost every file it is trying to read. Not sure, but still not working for me. Configure the same way as you asked. It will work. And like which model you are using, by the way? Can you please ping me the model ID? The model ID that you have given? Because as you can see, it's working for me, right? Like in a client itself. GPT 4.1 Nano. It should work. GPT 4.1 Nano. So are you getting any kind of a error or something? GPT 4.1. Okay. So 400 maximum token is too large. It's a 1 lakh. This model supports at most 30,000. Okay, got it. So basically, see, there are different models, right? And they supports a different kind of a context or like tokens basically. So here in a advanced option or in a model configuration, basically by default context window is set as 1,28,000, right? Now, so your model, because you are using a very old model, not a latest one, because latest one support more than that, you can go here and just change it. Yeah, change it. It will work then. That's the issue. So it's a setting issue inside a client, as you are using like a very old model, by the way. it should work. I mean, like, let me make mine as. It's a big file, so taking time. Okay, so fine everyone. I think we are like done with today's class. So if you have any kind of a question, you can raise your hand and then we can have a discussion. If you don't have any questions, so in that case, we can conclude our session for today. And I believe we are able to learn and implement something very fruitful, which is pretty much required everywhere. The REGs in a REG system. Yeah. So yeah, Sanjay, go ahead. Yeah, Akash, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I have one question.
Hmm.
Even I have asked in the chat as well.
Hmm.
But let's suppose I'm building one RAG application and I have multiple Excel files.
Hmm.
Excel files with
Hmm.
different domains and different areas or
Hmm.
different verticals.
Hmm. Hmm.
And all Excel files have different data.
Hmm.
So if I train my RAG system on those Excel files,
Hmm.
and if I ask any question, will my RAG system be able to make any calculation, and will my RAG system will be able to make do this synchronized response to me? Will
See,
be able to
calculation,
provide
no,
me
no, no.
that?
RAG system never does a calculation, by the way. That's the reason. So we have a LLMs, right? So RAG system is something which is going to store your data in a embedding, as simple as that, right? That's the responsibility of a RAG system. And whenever you try to like do a query, it will go and will try to match it and bring all those matching data. So that is the only roles and responsibility of the embedding part. If I talk about the overall RAG system, then you use to integrate a LLM. So whatever data it is going to fetch, it goes to the LLMs. Like for example, OpenAI LLMs I am using even in this one, and eventually that is going to phrase this entire final output. So in that way, yes, if LLM is able to get all the data, if your RAG system is good, if retrieval is good, then LLMs will be able to give you a calculation.
Okay. So let's suppose I have three Excel files. In the
Hmm.
first Excel file, I have a sales data. In
Hmm.
the second Excel file, I have a purchase data.
Hmm.
And the third Excel file, I have a sales data.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I want to know how many sales has been done in each region
Hmm.
in the month of January.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
will that system be able to provide
Hmm.
me
Hmm.
that response by synchronizing these three
Yes, yeah.
different files?
Yes, yeah. It will be able to give you. If your question is if you are mentioning that give me these things from this region, or all the regions, yes, it will be. So it will go and will try to fetch all the data from all the regions, send it to the LLMs, and eventually LLM is going to do the math for you, and you will be able to see the result.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, guys, go ahead.
So I tried that, but still I'm getting the issue. So
What is the issue?
so
Same
how to,
token issue you are getting?
Yeah, same token issue 32768. I changed
Maybe
it, but
maybe
still.
change it to the little bit lower. Maybe give like a
Yeah, I
try.
lowered it to 30,000.
Hmm.
Still same issue.
Then maybe I don't know what is the issue. So this is how client works basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Umar, go ahead with the question.
Yeah, hi sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for this wonderful project.
Yeah. Go ahead with the
Yeah,
question.
so I have one case where, for example, where the professor teaches and whatever they teach has live recording in the form of video, and
Okay.
it is of 1 hour to 3 hour long.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
so when we have to make an application for handling such kind of scenarios,
Okay.
can you give some tips, for example, some challenges that we might face? One is that I can think of is that it will be too long video length, and then it becomes difficult to manage that. Any tip regarding that? Another thing would be that
So have you
like
built such system, Umar, or like you are just asking me a question?
I'm working on something similar.
Okay. Okay. And what is the issue that you are facing?
We said that let's use just a transcript right now.
Okay.
Because this technology was not there. So that is why I was thinking maybe you can give some guidance regarding this.
See, even transcript wise, at the end of the day, if you are building RG system, right, transcript will go inside the vector storage. And eventually, when you are going to ask a question, so it is just going to match a transcript, and maybe it is going to give you even a timestamp. And then from your actual source file, based on that timestamp, you will be able to fetch the videos. Uh, and I believe even in that way, it is going to work basically. But yeah, the system that we are able to see as of now, the Gemini embedding like 2, so it is something which is able to process our video embeddings automatically, right? And in that situation, so basically you have to like create a transcript first and then convert those transcript by using embeddings and store it and then do a query. So it's just a difference approach, but yeah, I believe in both the situations we will be able to achieve the result.
Uh, yeah,
Maybe
I
with
think
this better. Maybe with this model, you will be able to achieve a very good result. Even like because it will be able to handle a lot of like languages automatically.
yeah. And just another challenge would be that it would be comparatively expensive compared to transcript solution.
I don't think so. It is going to be expensive because the model price is reasonable even while doing a transcript. So you will end up like processing your videos and you will be using some APIs or maybe you will be using some sort of a tool or library, right, to even to convert into a transcript. And if maybe like that tool is not able to understand the language, then that will be expensive when you will try to do a retrieval, right? So I don't think that it's that expensive. It's like actually like cheap as compared to like the old one.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
Yeah.
I will build some MVP around this,
Okay.
and I
Okay.
will yeah,
Okay. So Akash is
send
saying I
feedback.
started working with Gemini model. Thanks. Okay, fine, Akash. Yeah, I told you, right? It actually works. Actually works. So I mean, like there is some setting or changes you have to do it. Uh, and Gemini is actually good. Like even in terms of pricing and costing, so Gemini is a very good model. It will not give you much of cost, and you will be able to like complete most of your task. Okay, Akshay, go ahead, please.
Hey, thanks, Sudarshan.
Yeah.
So, like as we have now built a standard, right? Like let's say, like for this multimodal application, if you want to build an enterprise grade system, where we have got thousands of documents.
Hmm.
So, like, what are the additional tips or techniques that we have to employ to build, high concurrency yet low latency system overall on top of this one?
On top of this one, so basically your DB must be able to handle throughputs, right? So your DB must be capable enough to handle inputs and outputs, right? And then in terms of like parsing the data, so try to store as much meta information as possible, right? Try to generate as much meta information, which is going to help even a RG system to like do a better retrieval. That's it. Rest has been handled by model itself. And yeah, even on other end, so when we are retrieving the data, so try to use some like quality LLMs so that it will be able to like finally give you output in a better way. That response is going to be like pretty much like a human readable and useful for a business basically. That's it. because the major part where like most of the rack system was failing is already done, and maybe in next 1 to 3 months you will be able to see even like a superior model than this.
Okay, and that's good to know. But like from like if we are building a cloud native system, don't we also need to do anything, any kind of load balancing or other
by
kind
by
of things?
default, catching, load balancing, CDNs, all these things comes into any system without even asking any questions.
Okay.
Yeah, by default, it's a, if you're building a system, you can't imagine a production grade system without those things.
Yeah. Yeah. No, what I want to ask is like, are we going to build such products as well in the class?
In a project session, so yeah, we are doing it, not in this one.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Okay, so fine everyone. So hope all of us are good and all of you are able to learn something. So let's join tomorrow, and tomorrow again we are going to discuss about a lot of different kind of a topic. So with that, thank you so much everyone. Take care, and see you again in my next session.